It's really not hard to find a lot of cheap desks and chairs to buy, but at that low price point, you also get products with the lowest build quality imaginable. Autonomous, who has been in the desk and chair game for the last few years, just released an electronic sit-stand desk and ergonomic chair that look nice with good build quality for a combined total of just a little over $1,200. This video is not sponsored by Autonomous, but they did send me the SmartDesk 5 and the ErgoChair Ultra 2 to try out. Now, initially, I was quite hesitant to even say yes because I've had my personal issues with Autonomous over the years. I've been very vocal about it on my social media, mainly because I feel like their products are way too expensive for the quality and the design. Also, there were some issues with shipping, but that's in the past. I'm willing to let go of that. That being said, I'm going to share my honest opinions on their products. And let's just say that I was quite surprised. The first thing I'm going to say about the SmartDesk 5 is that I really like the finish and just the overall look. I think the surface area is really nice. It feels premium and it's not as prone to scratches as I originally thought. I have a few micro scratches here and there just because I like to move things around on my desk. But this is one of those desks that I actually prefer to not have any desk mat or even a desk shelf because I do appreciate the minimal look. Using a mouse on the bare surface is also really nice. At 53 by 29 inches, it's not too big and it's not too small. I think it fits perfectly well in my space. As far as assembly is concerned, this desk was rather easy to put together. I did it all myself in about 30 minutes or so. Now, the SmartDesk 5 does not come with casters. I did add those just because I tend to move things around here in the garage studio. However, I did try lifting and lowering the desk without the casters and it didn't wobble, which is a good thing. The integrated touch panel looks nice. You have manual controls to adjust the height, or you can use one of the 3 memory buttons. The sensitivity of this is a little weird because, as you can see, I'm running my finger on top of the panel and it's not really activating anything, which is a good thing because this thing lacks a locking feature, unfortunately. I've definitely had a few instances where I would rest my palm accidentally on the panel and it would activate it. Now, is this a deal breaker? Not really, because at this price point, it's a small complaint, but it is one of those features that I wished it had. I will say though that this desk is relatively quiet at around 30 decibels. That's pretty much silent. There you go. Now we get to the part that I think makes the SmartDesk 5 a really good product. It has this integrated cable management system. You unscrew this part if you want to access the cables, which you can see is quite a mess in there. I tried to keep it as tidy as possible, but I do like this feature. The only problem is it kind of is hard to access this since you have to screw this back on. But I will say that having this is much better than not having any sort of cable management system at all. I also like that they include 2 headphone hangers, which you can install on either side of the desk. The only issue that I have with them is that it is quite easy to knock off, especially if you're always removing or putting on your headphones. This happens to me almost daily, which is quite annoying. And if you look at the hook, it's actually quite short, so it's very easy for it to wobble and fall off. Right here, you can see the cables coming out of the cable box, and you can route it down to the leg of the desk. And using this nice attachment, this is a very strong magnetic cable organizer that lets you organize the cables so that they're nice and tidy. So far in my experience, usually I would expect much more premium desks to include cable management solutions. And considering the price of the SmartDesk 5, this was a nice surprise. Now I'm just going to move my desk so I can show you this next part. This is a little thing, but Autonomous also includes this little sticky cable organizer that you can stick behind the desk, which I think is very useful. But what I really wanted to show you is this monitor arm provided by a company called Kafo. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it's because I featured one of their chairs in the channel before. Unfortunately, their products are still only available in Japan, and they did not sponsor this segment, but they did send me a sample of this monitor arm, which I would love to show you. By the way, this light is not included. I just attached it so that you can see it. Anyway, I love Kafo for 2 main reasons. One is their products are really high quality. Second, they spend a lot of effort and thought in their packaging because when you unbox their products, it feels like you're unboxing something more than just a tool that sits behind your monitor. So again, this is just a quick preview since it's still not available in the US at the time of this video. The one that they sent me is for a dual monitor setup, but I only have a single monitor here in the garage studio. But I just want to show you how nice this monitor arm is. You can adjust the tension using this dial instead of using an Allen key like most other monitor arms. And you can even set the monitor arm to rotate completely or only at 180 degrees to help protect what's behind your desk, which I think is very thoughtful. And I know it's mostly just hidden behind the monitor, but I think the design looks really good when paired with the SmartDesk 5 by Autonomous. Definitely one of my favorite features of this desk is the curved front, which makes it much more comfortable to rest your arms on it when you're working. The only other desk that I have that has the same feature is my B-Flow desk, and that's much more expensive than this one. I know I said that I like the size of the SmartDesk 5, but I think it would be nice to see a bigger option. Now let's talk about the ErgoChair Ultra 2, because this is a very interesting chair. This chair definitely reminds me of the Embody chair by Herman Miller, and I think you know exactly why. The construction of the chair itself is not too bad. I guess it's what you would expect from a chair at this price point, which is mostly plastic. The mesh back and seat is breathable, which makes it much more comfortable to use when it's hot. The base of the chair is all metal, which is nice. And I also upgraded the wheels to these Stealtha wheels because it makes all of my chairs move a lot easier. They're more quiet, and they also look a lot nicer. The headrest is an optional extra, and it is adjustable, but it is kind of hard to adjust it. However, once you find the right height for you, it's very unlikely that you'll readjust it again. The general shape of the chair is attractive and is very comfortable to sit in. The seats are cushiony, and you actually get some lumbar support, although you cannot adjust it. You can adjust the seat to move back and forward. You can adjust the height of the chair and also the height of the armrest. The armrest can also move from side to side and forward and back, which gives you a lot of adjustability. And you can recline the seat as well. You can even adjust the tension of the reclining feature if you want. Now, will this chair stand the test of time? Well, only time will tell. But I can tell you this. The original chair that I owned from Autonomous is priced about almost the same as this chair, but I think this looks much nicer, and as far as I can tell, there are no real quality issues that I can really complain about for this price point. So consider everything that I've shown you. These two products will cost you around $1,200 in total. And I think that's very compelling, especially if you're just starting off with your work from home setup, or maybe if you want to elevate what you currently have. The price point is not too bad, especially for what you get in terms of quality, the looks, and the warranty. This chair has a 2-year warranty, and the desk has a 10-year warranty. So that's kind of hard to beat. But probably even more impressive is that I just found out they now sell a single motor version of the SmartDesk 5 at an even cheaper $229. After being so vocal about Autonomous over the last few years, can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually really like the SmartDesk 5 and the ErgoChair Ultra 2 because of the immense value that they provide for the price. They look good, they feel nice, and they just work. And I think 99% of people out there who are looking for a sit-to-stand desk and a comfortable chair that they can put at home without feeling like they spent way too much money for what they got, this is the one that I would recommend them. They're not perfect, but I think you should check them out. So really quick, after editing this video, Autonomous actually reached out and said, hey, here's a 5% discount code for your audience. So if you decide to buy the desk, use this code right here. Save you guys a little bit. So thanks, Autonomous. Thank you to Autonomous for sending me their products to try out. Anyway, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, and I can't wait to see you again on the next one. Take care.